San Francisco just shocked many by selecting wide receiver Ricky Pearsall in the first round of the NFL draft. Offers deadly ability as both a punt returner and kick returner, something San Francisco has been lacking. But the reason he has his nickname Pretty Ricky is because of his route running. He routinely puts people on skates and then makes these incredible one-hand catches. This guy is an absolute freak and might be one of the biggest steals in this entire draft. But does nifty route running and impressive hands really translate to the next level? We're about to find out. We were first introduced to Pearsall where he attended Coronado del Sol High School in Temple, Arizona, and as a junior, he set the Arizona high school receiving yard record in a single game with 342 yards and 14 receptions against Gilbert High School. What I really loved about Pearsall, and I'm sure Shanahan loves as well, is the versatility he showed off during his high school days. Sure, he would take kickoff returns, but punt returns as well, even taking handoffs at times. This guy could really do it all, so Kyle Shanahan has another offensive weapon he can play around with. And he just has these crazy mitts. I love the way he goes up and attacks the ball. Some wide receivers will just kind of wait for it to come to them, but he's really aggressive when the ball's in the air. During his senior season, he accumulated 74 receptions for 1,153 yards and 15 touchdowns. He was ranked as a 3-star recruit according to 24/7 Sports and had offers from Air Force, Hawaii, Idaho, New Mexico, and ASU. Of these options, Ricky decided to stay close to home and chose to commit to Arizona State. And as a freshman, he had 7 receptions for 128 yards. The following year in 2020 wasn't so kind to Pearsall as he only played in 4 games due to COVID AA transfer portal, and after having offers from Oregon and Florida, he ultimately decided to go with the Gators. And then we just see that upward trajectory I love. In 2022, he had 661 yards receiving and 5 touchdowns, and in 2023, 965 yards receiving and 4 touchdowns. But he's also returning kicks as well as taking jet sweeps. So this guy can really do it all. So after his final year in 2023 wrapped up, I just want to go over what scouts really thought of him coming out of the draft and what he offers San Francisco going forward. Starting out athletically, at the combine, Ricky Pearsall came in at 6'1", weighing 189 pounds, and he ran his 40-yard dash in 4.41 seconds. But more impressively to me was his 10-yard split of 1.57 seconds, and he also put up the bench press 17 times. But let's start talking about what we saw on the field. As far as strengths go, he's an extremely crafty route runner and has the ability to separate by large margins even though he doesn't have like 4.3 speed. I mean 4.41 speed's respectable, don't get me. Positives don't stop there. He has extremely soft hands and has the ability to make diving catches, one-handed catches. Basically, any type of catch you can think of, he's done it. Finally, he has pretty great versatility, not just as a return man or wide receiver, but he also threw it a little bit at Arizona. But there aren't just positives to his game, he does have some weaknesses and areas in which he needs to improve to really take the next step. The biggest thing would have to be his strength. He needs to improve there if he wants to make more contested catches frequently. Several scouts also question his ability to get open at the next level against press man coverage because he's not the quickest or fastest wide receiver coming out. But regardless of all of those concerns and their recent contract negotiations, I guess going a little bit sideways with Brandon Ayuk, San Francisco decided to select Ricky Pearsall in the 2024 NFL Draft in the first round with pick 31. So what does this mean for San Francisco going forward, and what does he actually offer? Well, honestly, I think San Francisco got an absolute dog in Pearsall. He offers great versatility in the return game, and I think that's something that San Francisco's been lacking, and he offers an immediate upgrade over anything they've had in years. But let's say San Francisco is somehow able to retain Brandon Ayuk, then you could have Brandon Ayuk on the outside and put Pearsall in the slot. That would be absolutely deadly, especially with Kittle and CMC on the field. I really don't know how many defensives could guard that. While I probably would have liked an offensive lineman a little bit more, I'm not too mad about this pick, especially if San Francisco is deciding to move off Brandon Ayuk. But ultimately, these are just some of my thoughts and my initial reactions to this pick, and I'd like to hear your thoughts down below.